can't remember what door it is. I don't think we can just walk to the entrance and get out. I don't remember what floor it is either. Well, the third floor's out of question. So we'll go to the second floor. Hear that thing in the background. That's got to continue the entire time. How do we get out of here? Where's the stairs? Okay. I wonder what ending we're going to get. 'Cause there's 5 different endings. And there's one that I'm hoping that we get, but I don't know if we'll get that. We'll just have to see. We just have to wait and see when we finish it. Lock's broken, lock's broken. Okay. Oh. Oh wait. Is this one of these things where I keep... I'm like coming into the same hole, but it looks slightly different? And it repeats? This looks worse than before. What? How? How did I get back here? Ah, fuck. Blah. Crap, how do you solve this? I like how it's scored out but it's purple, but these ones are scored out and they're red. Once again, Gemma, yes. Maze Hotel. I need to work out what's the right door to go in. I don't think that's right. Is that it? I don't know if that actually takes me anywhere or if it just keeps taking me in and out of the same door. And then the alternate version. Can I leave here and try and go down the stairs? I'm gonna leave, if it will let me leave. Is this right? Right, there is a staircase. My memory's a wee bit fuzzy. Oh no, it's blocked off, right? So that... I do need to actually work out that puzzle. God damn it. What about these doors? Did I try these? No, I don't think I did. Oh, what you're looking at? What's he looking at? There's a book here. It doesn't look like it'll be of any particular use. What is he looking at? What? He's looking at something. There's a book here. It doesn't look like it'll be... I can't even see. I don't know what he's looking at. Is there anything on the other side? No. Is this a key box moment again? I don't know, Sam. What I'm thinking is, now, there is one possibility that I don't want to entertain. Remember I said there was multiple endings? There is a specific ending where you need to use certain items to make it work, and I don't want to get that ending. See this here, this obsidian goblet? This, the white chrism, Book of Lost Memories, are all connected. I don't know whether he's maybe looking at the shelf because I'm supposed to put that book on the shelf and I'm supposed to do something with these items. There's one ending that you can get if you use these items and then that triggers it. I don't want to get that ending. That's maybe what he's looking at. It could be an indication of that's where you put that book because there's no other use for it. I don't want to do that. I could be wrong, but that might be it because nothing's happening. Because he only looks at things that are important, so it's got to be that. And I was clicking there multiple times and nothing happened. Does it show up in the map? No, it doesn't say anything. Right. So I need to go back to that maze room. Oh. I don't remember the pattern. What way is it? Is it this way? It's this way. Okay. Right. I'm just happy that we've got plenty of time. Okay. Right, so I went in 207 and I came out 204. And then I came through here and everything looks completely different. Oh, look! I'm at the other side. Fuck. I walked through 202 and now I'm here. I'm in 219. Can I walk through? I think I walked straight into that door. So can I just... Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't try this door before. Oh fuck, now we're back here. If I go back through there, will I come out the same side? I don't know. Nah. Right, 202. Oh fuck. Right, so we don't let it go through there. What about the main door, like the big door? Okay. Right, progress. We've made it into this hole. Good. Lift. I think we go into the lift. Oh. Ampule. Ampule. Right, the lift does work. Okay. Can I push the button? Where are we? Are we on this? We're on the second floor, I think. Right, basement. Go in the basement. Oh, it's flooded. Okay. Oh. What the fuck? What is in the water? I don't want to kind of... I just want out of here, please. We're in the bar. What you looking at? What did you look at there? What was that? Oh, health drinks. Loads of health drinks. That's not a good thing. It means we're gonna have to fight something soon. We're fine, don't worry about it. We're fine. Loads of ammo. Oh my god, medikits. Fucking ammo. There was more ammo here, I seen it. Rifle shells. We'll actually get to use the rifle. I should probably equip that. I've actually no used this weapon since we got it, because I didn't feel there was any need. We're never going to need all of these shells. It's a very slow weapon as well. So we've got 44 rifle shells, right? We've got 127 shotgun shells and 135 handgun shells. Plus we've got all of these health items. Oh my fucking god. And like we've got the chainsaw, the great knife if we wanted. You know, we're fine. Don't worry about it. But usually when game throws you things, it means there's something. Don't care about that. Just want to get out of here. Can I get through there? No? Oh. Angela.
Mama! Mama, I was looking for you. Now you're the only one left. Maybe maybe then I can rest. Mama, why are you running away? You're not my mama. It's you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Angela, no.
Thank you for saving me. But I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserved what happened.
No, Angela, that's wrong.
No, don't pity me. I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me. Will you love me? Take care of me? Heal all my pain? That's what I thought. James, give me back that knife.
No, I won't.
Saving it for yourself?
Me? No, I'd never kill myself. It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too. For me, it's always like this.
I think I can change the camera. You can watch her walk all the way up the stairs and then she disappears into the fire. If we try to go, the fire will damage us. Right, see? It actually physically hurts us. We're a wee bit damaged. Right. That's the last time that we see Angela. So... we don't kill her. Remember we killed Eddie because he was completely deranged. Remember earlier there was 3 gravestones and it was James, Angela and Eddie. And Eddie mentioned to James, the town drew you here. You know, like, you're here because of the same reason that I'm here. We found out that James murdered his wife. Eddie also murdered people, and so did Angela. They all murdered people, and they've all been brought to this town. Like, none of them are from the town, but they all ended up in the same place. Eddie was seeing things that James couldn't see. James was seeing things that Eddie couldn't see, and the same with like Angela there. She's explaining how the fire that we can see. We didn't see that earlier in the game, but when she's walking up the stairs, James is like, look, it's so, like, it's hot in here. And Angela said for me that it's always like this. It's because Silent Hill is a representation of each person's individual hell. That's essentially what Silent Hill is, and the town brings you there to punish you. If you can see here, this is a theory that I've always had. See these things on the wall? It kind of looks like a frame, and then it looks like there's like a body underneath. I think it's supposed to be like a sheet but it looks like skin to me. I've always thought that that's supposed to be Angela's dad and her brother, because they both abused her. And I think that that's what that is. And when she said to James, she was like, oh, like she thought James was her mum. She was like, oh, mum, you're the only one left. I think she was meaning that she was going to kill her, because that would somehow... That's the direction she was supposed to go. Like she was going to take out her mum and then kill herself, which essentially she does by walking through the fire. It's very unsettling. But I've always thought that's what that is. I think that that's what they two things are supposed to be. But that's the last time that we see Angela. So. Right, this wasn't here before. I'll get into it once we've finished this bit. But that's the kinda basics. Right. You hear that heartbeat? Ceiling things, Sean. We don't need to worry about them. Right, this is our last save point. Look how ominous this is. Look at that. Right, last save point. Okay, we're ready. It is the creepy ceiling creatures. I don't know their name. I know that all the creatures have got names and I never remember the real names. Right, I want to... Well, first, actually, I want to heal. And then I want to equip the rifle. Aye. Okay, right, we're ready. She's alive again.
Leave us both the hell alone!
Two pyramid heads.
I was weak. That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this.
It's time to end it because now you remembered that you killed your fucking wife? James is not a good person. And now we need to fight two pyramid heads. Both of them. Just keep distance. Fire. Reload, but it's gonna take a while. Can maybe get 2 shots in? 2 shots. And then run. Run, James. Run, run, run. I think there's 4 shots in the rifle. Oh shit. Ah, fuck. Remember, they're fast until you shoot them. Wait, can I shoot? No, fuck. Wait, I think, can I not shoot and run at the same time? Is there not a button for that? No? No, there's no. But there is. Hold on. For quickness. I thought that you could walk with a handgun. Maybe you can walk with a handgun. Quite see. Ah, you can't. You can't. Oh shit! Space. Oh no! Don't stand there, James. Jesus Christ! Been stabbed twice. Yep. Christ. Reload. Okay. Right, just get distance and get shots in when you can. Don't stand still, holy shit. Hello, play. Oh, no. I'm trying to get a better view so you can see them because it's just me running away. Shit. Oh, the camera. See, look at him getting slower, see? Run. Isn't it a good job we've got loads of ammo? Got them, killed them. Well. They kill themselves. So. Right. Pyramid Head won't move anymore. Looks like he's holding something. It's a rust-coloured egg. Right? Scarlet egg. Right, so both of them are holding an egg. Okay? They killed themselves. That's important. Okay. So, when we seen Maria, who is no there, being killed again by Pyramid Head, and James is like, I know the truth now, and you were here to punish me for my sins, right? So he knows that Pyramid Head isn't just some random monster. Pyramid Head is literally the embodiment of James's guilt, and he's like the delusion that he fed himself when he tried to like make believe that Mary died of a disease when he's actually the one that murdered her. And the reason that there's two of them is because they represent two different things. So I don't know if I should tell you now or if I should wait till the next bit. Aye, I'll wait till the next bit because there's still some more story. Right, we need to put the eggs into these dolls. About the size of a quail's egg. Pyramid Head was holding it. It just says the same thing. Right. Put the scarlet egg into the door. I think... Now, essentially, both of these dolls take you to the same place, but I can't remember if, depending on what door you go through, that makes a difference. I don't remember if that's relevant. But kind of the way that I see it, rust is like the past, something that's already happened. Whereas the scarlet egg looks very new and very shiny and attractive. Whereas the rust-coloured one looks kind of done. You know, it looks it's old, it's not appealing. But the scarlet one is very appealing. We're gonna go through this one for reasons. Oh, Gemma, this Silent Hill 2 is the best horror game. It's psychological horror, and more than that. Also, I want to talk about Pyramid Head, but there's still a wee bit more of the game that we need to play before I talk about it. We'll wait until we get to it, and then... This is the end. This is the very last part of the game. Aye, I'm not gonna babble.
Mary?
What do you want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here. Leave me alone already. I'm no use to anyone.
We don't want to listen to this for a reason.
Dead soon anyway.
You can listen to the whole conversation, but I think if you listen to the whole thing, it can potentially change what ending you get. And I'm going for a very specific ending, and I don't know if I'm going to get it. I don't know if I will. If we don't get it, it's no big deal, because I'll explain the differences. But you can listen to the whole conversation, and it's basically when Mary was genuinely sick. She had some... I don't know what disease it is that she had, but she was terminal, and she was talking there about how James had brought her flowers, and she's full of self-hatred. You know, she's like, why are you bringing me flowers? I don't deserve flowers. I look like a monster. There's a reason I wanted to cut it short, because of the ending that I'm going for. I'm going for a very twisted ending, and I hope that we get it, because when we played it last year, that wasn't the one that we got. Okay. Now, when we get to the top... Oh shit, she's on the bed. I don't know if I've went for the right end. I don't... Right, the stairs are gonna fall away. Oh, there they go. There they go. Right. So we kind of get back the way that we came in. Huh. Now, I forgot this because details are fuzzy. Usually when you come up the stairs, she's standing at the window, but she's on the bed. This could maybe indicate what ending we're going to get. I'll need to remember once we talk to her. Who's on the bed? I don't remember what position, doesn't matter.
James, I've been waiting.
Mary,
Oh no.
I'm sorry it took so long.
Didn't you want to see me?
Yes, I wanted to see you. Even an illusion of you. That's why I came here.
It's not true, is it? You killed me.
I couldn't watch you suffer.
It's not true.
Don't make excuses, James. I know I was a burden on you. You must have hated me. That's why you got rid of me.
It's true. I may have had some of those feelings.
Some.
It was a long 3 years. I was tired.
He was tired.
That's why you needed this Maria person? James, do you really think I could ever forgive you for what you did?
I think actually I've done it right. I think I've done it right. Okay, last fight. Oh shit. I'm not doing it. Run away, James! Holy fuck! Can she grab me? I don't remember. Just stick with the handgun. I couldn't tell by the position, like her on the bed, but by what she said, I think that's indication enough that it is the ending that I want once this is finished. Because he admitted it. He admitted he was tired. And then she was like, that's why you needed this Maria person. So I think that it's the ending that I want to get. I think. Oh, right. Stupid moth things. Reload. Run, run, run. Shit. Get away! Oh! Run, James. Jesus Christ. Oh, I've run out of bullets. Okay, I mean, we don't need to worry because this is the last fight. Let's, it's a rifle. I don't think they're bats, Gemma. They're moths because they're symbolic in the game. They're too wee to be bats. Although they make the sound of, they definitely make sound of bats, but I'm sure that they're moths. Get away from me, for fuck's sake! Or like some mutated version. Oh my god, slow weapons. Am I damaged again? This is a very annoying fight. It's definitely the sound of a bat, but the same like animation was used earlier in the game, but they couldn't attack you. And then there's this fascination with butterflies and moths. It's all symbolic. There's loads of like symbolism behind it. Bat moths. Oh, there we go. That's it. That's it. Okay, here we go. That's us done. Cutscenes. Oh, I did get it. I did, I think. I'm hoping for the Maria ending, and I think this is it.
You killed Mary again?
Oh, good shit. I did it.
That wasn't Mary. Mary's gone. That was just something Maria? Maria?
What, James?
I want you. I want you with me.
Are you sure?
Come on. Let's get out of here.
What about Mary?
It's okay. I have you.
I think this is Mary's letter that we're gonna read.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most. Especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James, you made me happy.
something about that cough.
Oh shit. Better do something about that cough. Okay. Where are my credits? Where's my credits? There they are. Good song. Ugh, great game. So, I'm really sick actually for wanting that specific ending because it's very twisted when I explain it to you, like what it actually means. So, we got the Maria ending, that was the one that I wanted. So if you've not worked it out on your own, Maria's not a real person. She never was a real person. There's a reason why she looks exactly like Mary, but dresses different, talks different, acts different. Earlier when we seen the tape that they had recorded in the hotel, and obviously like Mary's sick at this point, and then you see the film rolling where James smothers her, and then James comes to realization. He's like, oh, that's right, you know, I killed my wife, I forgot, kind of thing. It's more, he was in complete denial that he had killed her. And she mentions when you talk to Mary about how she was a burden. She was like, oh, I'm sorry that I was a burden on you, James. And then at the end there, when we spoke to Mary, James admits it and he's like, aye, right enough. After those 3 years, I was tired. And Mary keeps apologising and she's like, I'm so sorry that I did that to you, James. Mary's apologising for being ill because James makes her feel guilty that she can't give him things that he wants. So remember before as well, I was like, James he's not a good person. He's really not a good person. Mary became like, she lost her appeal to James because James is like, I can't get what I want from you because Mary's sick, you know, can't have sex with her. I can't like live my life and like go out and do things with you. Like, I'm not getting to indulge in these things and I resent you for it. And he makes it very clear to her that he resents her. And it's like, Mary knows she's gonna die, but James makes it clear that his interests come first. And she knows that. And he knows that. So he kills her because he gets fucking fed up. He's like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of my life being on hold because of you. I'm sick of this. Like, I don't want this to be my life. So he fucking kills her and then goes into complete denial. Silent Hill draws him to it because he needs to be punished because he fucking killed his wife. So Silent Hill kind of works with like I've mentioned it's got like a kind of hell dimension and it punishes people individually essentially for their sins. Like it punishes people by showing them their own personal hell. This is why I always mention how Pyramid Head as an enemy is very specific to James because he's only relevant to James because this is the thing. So, right, here's the end. End in Maria. So we did get it. We did get it. We didn't do too bad. We didn't do too bad. Right. Just get out of this. I'll probably just save it and then we can talk about it better. Are you all with me so far? And that's us. It's game done. That is the extra episode where you play as Maria before you meet James. I've only ever done it a few times. It's not something that I'm not going to play it But we'll get to that another time. Right, just chatting. So, where did I get to? Has anybody seen the Maria ending before? Or what ending? I noticed that a couple of you had said that you've seen other endings. Do you remember the one I got last year? It was the Leave ending, where all you see is James walking through the graveyard and he's following Laura. That's kind of it. You just see James leaving Silent Hill and he takes Laura with him. And it's implied maybe he adopts her because that's what Mary wanted. So Mary and Laura knew each other when Mary was actually alive. But we don't know, like it's speculation. That was the ending we got last year. The ending we got just now is the Maria ending where... Well, Maria... She's real when she shouldn't be. She's not a real person. She is completely made up by James in Silent Hill. And basically... This ending is just like, James is the biggest piece of shit ending. It is spooky. That's why I wanted to get it, because it's so twisted. Like, as if he didn't do enough harm to Mary when she was dying. Like, he made her feel bad for going to die. As if she could help it. Because like, oh no, my life, I can't live my life because my wife's dying. It's so terrible. Woe is me. As if he's the victim. I told you he wasn't a good person. But that's what I like about Silent Hill. You play as James, and he's not a good guy, but you don't know that until the end, and then you find out he is actually a huge piece of shit. So, the alien end. The alien ending is in the first one, but in Silent Hill 2, the gag ending is the dog ending. It's so silly. They didn't even translate it for Japanese. It's still in Japanese. You walk into a room and James and Maria walk into a room and it's a dog controlling everything. And they talk Japanese. It's stupid. That's one of the secret endings. It's silly. Aye, that's what the dog ending is. And it had a very specific animation on your memory card if you saved it on the PlayStation 2. It was a secret gag ending, as if the dog had been controlling everything. It's stupid. Right, so there's a lot to unpack here, so you have to kind of stay with me. Right. So the ending we got, Maria is there, like she's with us, but James completely fucking imagined her. He made her up to replace what Mary didn't give him. Like I mentioned, Mary was sick, you know, she was terminally ill. He had to look after her. She obviously couldn't do anything for herself, but he was resentful because he couldn't have things that he wanted. This is where Pyramid Head comes in properly. So you wonder why when we met him in the beginning and he was very clearly like sexually engaged with the legs, and you're like, what? Like what the fuck? What has that got to do with anything? So the first time you meet him, that's what he's doing. And then you meet him again and he's doing the same thing to like another creature, but the creature's just tossed aside when it's done. So the reason for that is because Pyramid Head is essentially, besides the punisher of James for his guilt, he represents a part of the psyche of James. So, psychology, right? We've got Freud. You know Freud? Basic psychology here. Freud had... he's got the theory of the psyche being split up into 3 different parts. So you've got the id, what is it? The id, the ego, and is it superego? I think that's what it's called. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The id is what Pyramid Head is. So in a person, we're supposed to be split up into these 3 things. So the id is like instinct. It's like primal, unchecked wants, and just like animalistic. That's what the id is. The ego is just like the reality, just like what is. Super ego is like the moral compass. So it's kind of like, this is what I should do, and this is like the goodness. The ego is kind of the in-between of the super ego and the id. So you don't want to let the id run amok because it's instinctual and kind of dangerous. and the super ego is very like, think about it like, you know how you've got like an angel and a devil on your shoulder, and it's like what one should I go with? It's kind of like that. Ego's in the middle, and the id and the super ego are either side. The id's the bad one, the super ego is like the angel, right? Pyramid Head is the id because he's primal, instinctual, and it represents James and what he wants and what essentially he resented Mary for not giving him. And that's why it follows him everywhere, and it's trying to punish him for him wanting this and when he shouldn't have, because it's like, what the fuck? Like, what the utter fuck? That's what all that imagery was. You're like, why the fuck? Like, what? Because if you just look at it, you're like, why is there like this weird, like very kind of odd sex scene thing with creatures? Like, on surface, you think, oh, it's just there to try and kind of unnerve the players. That's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. So that's essentially what the first one that we met. Remember at the end there was two Pyramid Heads. So one of them is the id, right, of the psyche, because it's psychological. It's everybody's own personal hell. Nobody else in Silent Hill would see Pyramid Head. Only James would see him, because that's what he created to kind of punish himself for killing Mary and all the reasons behind it and to why he did it. The other Pyramid Head at the end was to like, one was to signify the guilt of killing Mary and everything that went along with that, and the other one was like the unchecked like lust and things that he wanted but felt like he was denied, and that's where Maria came from. So Maria is like fucking, oh, she's not real. Like, it's like she was completely made like by his fantasies. Like, that's what he wanted Mary to be. And you see how different they were. They were two completely different people. But that's why she looks identical to Mary, because that's what he wanted her to be. That, like, probably, we don't know if that's maybe what he wanted even before she was sick, or if it was when she got sick that he felt, oh, like, I'm being deprived of things that I am entitled to, and I'm supposed to have these things, and now you're a burden and you're bringing me down, and I don't get to have all these things, and you know, my life's on hold and it's all your fault. It's like, it's not her fault that she's dying. But the fact that we got that ending there, the Maria ending, what the fuck is he gonna take home? Because he's just like, I want you to come with me. Like, you're gonna come with me now. What even is she? Like, what? Like, she... Also, the side story I was talking about, you play the main campaign, and then there's like a DLC, if you want to call it that comes with the director's cut, which is what we played. And the name of the scenario is called Born from a Wish. And you play as Maria, and you play through it right up until you meet James on the pier, because that is essentially how she was made. Like, she was born from a wish because James wanted what she is. She didn't exist before that. Like, so it's like, it's all mad theories. We don't really know what Maria is. Will she even continue to exist after they leave Silent Hill? Or does she only exist in Silent Hill? Or is she even there and James is just talking to someone that's not fucking there? Nobody else would see her. She doesn't exist. None of the other characters interacted with Maria, because she wasn't there. Same with Pyramid Head. He wasn't there for Angela or for Eddie. Eddie could see people and things that was his personal hell. Angela seen her personal hell. And the other characters couldn't see it. And then James seen his. But James faced his, which was, well, Pyramid Head, dealt with Mary, and is able to just leave. Because he's faced his worst fear. He was mostly running away from his denial, his responsibility for what he did. But then he realises towards the end of the game, like, right, I know the truth now. I'm here to deal with it. And that's why once you've shot Pyramid Head a certain amount of times, well, both of them, they kill themselves. Because they were never the threat. They were never the threat. They were just there to make James see what, like, the truth. And then once that was established, they're not needed anymore. So that's why they impale themselves on the spear. This is why the character creator behind him as an enemy gets so pissed off when he's put into other versions of Silent Hill because he's not supposed to be there. He's very specific to James and only James. He doesn't exist anywhere else. It's very personal. So it's why I'm even kind of like when I seen him in, I don't know if it was Silent Hill Origins or Homecoming, but they put him into that game and that's got nothing to do with anything. James is obviously nowhere near it. He's in no other Silent Hill game. So it's understandable. I think that it's fine that he's in Dead by Daylight because that's kind of out with everything. That's not a Silent Hill game, so it's kind of okay for him to be in that. But that's kind of, I'm probably telling you like the short version, but that's essentially what he is and what it represents and what James is and what he ran away from and how he's not a good guy. He's not a good guy. James is a dick. But I'm happy that we got the Maria ending because it's just so twisted. He just walks away with a creation and it's like, I killed Mary, so what? Now I've got this perfect version of her for me. So James just gets to go away and be a monster because that's what he is. That's essentially what he is. And I think that it's brilliant. I think it's really, really brilliant. You can't just play this game and take it at surface level because that's not what it's meant. It's meant to make you think and make you see things that are much deeper and what it was based on. And I'm not just pulling this out of thin air because the creator behind it talked about how he drew inspiration from Freud's psychoanalytic theory. It's meant to be that. It's meant to be that. It's great. It's so good and it just stays with you forever. It never leaves you. There's so much to think about and so much to discuss. And you can keep taking it, like you can keep digging and get deeper and deeper. But that is essentially what it is and what it means. But I love it. I think it's brilliant. It's not just like, oh, gore, monsters, horror. It's the fact that at the end of the day, the whole reason for that entire scenario to happen is because a very twisted person who thinks that they're fine and that think that they're normal, and then you as the player experience their hell when they don't even know what it is until they finally realise and come to terms with the thing that they did and the sin that they did. But he also met two other people that were dealing with the same thing but on their own terms. Like Angela was dealing with the abuse that she had, but she ended up murdering her abusers and then still had to pay the price for it. And then Eddie, he did the same, but he kind of became unhinged, and that's why we ended up killing Eddie. But you're only getting like bits and pieces of what their hell was. But that was why we seen the gravestones for those three people essentially. You know, there was no gravestone for Laura, there was no gravestone for Maria. Maria's not a real person, so of course she's not going to have one. Mary's already dead, and Laura was completely innocent, and all she could see was the actual normal town of Silent Hill. Not the hell dimension, just Silent Hill. So when James confronted her before and was like, you know, seen like the monsters, you've not even got a scratch on you, like what? And Laura's like, what are you talking about? It's because she hasn't committed any crime. Laura's 8, she's 8, and I don't know the backstory exactly. She was being treated at the hospital and she is an orphan, but I don't know how, because Mary talks about how she wanted to adopt Laura, but I don't know how James is just able to leave the town with her. Like, there's inconsistencies there, so I don't know how that works out. That's just one of the endings. But you can see why I love it so much. And it's why I'll always be like, there's more to it than what you think. It's way beyond just taking it as it's presented. There's so much between the lines, and there's like, I've heard so many different people talk about it, and I love hearing different people's opinions on it. But it really makes you think, and it's just such a good sign for a horror game. You know, it's not just blood and guts and gore. There's more to it than that. But what the thing about it is that makes it so memorable is essentially the person that was the monster in the beginning was James. It wasn't all the things or the creatures. They were all just manifestations of his mind and what he seen as personal hell. The reason that Pyramid Head looked the way he did as well is because, remember, James and Mary did visit Silent Hill in the past, there was a picture in the Historical Society, not the one that we seen, but there's a wee one of a guy. It's some kind of religious figure, and he's wearing a hood that's red. And there was what was it? There was something to do with like some kind of was it a butcher? It was something to do with a butcher. I can't remember exactly what it was. But James has created how Pyramid Head looks based on certain things that he's seen in Silent Hill, because he just imagined it like that. But it's why he carries like a big knife, because I think it's meant to be like a butcher knife, and what he wears kind of looks like butcher overalls. But it's the pyramid is similar to the hood that this religious figure looked like. It looked like a cult thing, but it was red. So we think that that's where that came from. But it's all theory. There's no dead fact about that. It's all theory, but it all comes from James's imaginings, at least. That's what we know. Anyway, what did you think? You like it? You like it? Does anybody have a favourite Silent Hill? Maybe that's no 2. 2 is my favourite. Isn't there Mary in the cartoon? Mary? What did I miss here? I've missed a few things, I'm sorry. I wanted to get all that out before I forgot. There's a UFO ending in Silent Hill 2 also, is there? Why do I not remember that? I thought the dog one was that was the gag one. Is there a UFO one? I'm not really sure. This is so interesting to hear you tell this and give your opinions of the game and the ending. Yes. My battery ran out at the end of your explaining, but luckily I got most of it. Oh, Gemma, that sucks. I went on about it for a while because I'm trying to get it all out. I probably still missed some things. It's hard to remember because there's so much to unpack. Maria has a cough. It kind of sets it up like he's going to do it again. Aye. There was that. Remember that Maria also got sick in the hospital and she starts to cough and you're kind of like, what? And Mary always coughed because obviously she was sick. But then at the end, when she's coughing and James is like, you need to get that cough looked at. Did you hear how selfish he sounded? Like how entitled? He was like, aye, you need to deal with that because if something happens to you, I don't get my thing that I want, which is Maria. No, I don't get that. Because he's a dick. James is a horrible person. It's so good. It's so good. It's like, I'm totally normal and I deserve all these things. Like, you don't. You don't deserve it. You killed your wife because you were pissed at her for being sick. You're like a child. Actually, a child would probably react better than what James did. James is a twat. Even James's idea of a perfect Mary will end up making him feel guilty again, because if she has that cough, he'll be killing her over and over. Exactly, Rose. I think that's what the Maria ending essentially implies. It's like, well, you can have this thing of what you think is like a perfect version, but something's going to happen to her as well. You're not going to go away and have a perfect life. You can't do that. Like, I don't think Silent Hill would let him, to be honest. I don't really think it would. I'm not sure. Everything it's open to speculation because we never see James again. There's no other game about him or about Mary or Maria. The other Silent Hills revolve around different characters. I was going to ask about the book ending. Yes, Gemma, that's what I was just going to talk about. Right, Gemma, the book. So, those objects that we picked up, there was the obsidian goblet, the white chrism, and the Book of Lost Memories. I think there actually is a 4th item that you need, and I actually don't think we picked it up because I think there's 4. Anyway, Silent Hill is, and if you play the first one, there's definitely a cult. There's a religious cult that kind of floats around a very dark, I want to call it an entity, it's probably the best thing, because essentially they worship a thing that's kind of like the equivalent to Satan, but not Satan. It's kind of like that. They're like a dark cult, right? Those objects are connected to that, so like to that religion and that cult. And if James uses all of those items somewhere, I don't remember where it is that you use them. If you use all of those items, you're wanting to bring Mary back, like physically, like she's gone. Like she did actually die. Like, she was never there. What we seen in Silent Hill was... It's kind of the same as, like, Maria. It's not quite real. It was all created by James's imagination. So the real Mary is... She's gone. Like, she's deceased, right? If we use these items, it's what we get, essentially, is called the rebirth ending. And we bring Mary back. I don't remember if you actually do manage to bring her back, or if it just gets immensely fucked up. Because, you know, once things are gone, you're not meant to bring them back. So I don't... My memory is very, very fuzzy. I've gotten all the endings in the past. I don't fully remember the outcome. You can probably see them on YouTube, but aye, he uses those items to bring Mary back. Actual Mary. With some mad spell, if you want to call it a spell. I'm sure there is a fourth item that we didn't get, and I just don't remember. I'll need to look it up. Like I said, my memory's fuzzy, but I was specifically going for the Maria ending, and that's the one that I got, so I'm happy. I'm glad that I did. Because I tried that last year and I didn't manage to get it. That's why we visited her so many times in the hospital room. That's one of the requirements. You need to make sure that Maria doesn't get hurt. You visit her often, and you don't listen to the full exchange between Mary and James when we're running through the hall at the end, when she's talking about being a monster and looking disgusting. You don't listen to it because James wants to... He wants to block it out because he only wants Maria. He doesn't want Mary or anything to do with Mary. It's like, no, I just want these things. Because I want these things because I'm entitled, and he's a fucker. We don't like James. We don't like him. Anyway. What's the other ending? There's another ending called In Water, where he literally drives his car into Toluca Lake. Another one's Leave, where he leaves with Laura. And then we guess that he adopts her. The Maria ending that we just got. The Rebirth ending, where we bring Mary back. The dog ending, where it's a joke, it's like a gag ending, where it's a dog controlling Oi Silent Hill. Kenji says there's a UFO ending, but I don't remember that. Maybe there is. Those are the ones that I remember. Rebirth, In Water, Leave, Maria, Dog. 5. Maybe UFO is the secret, like the 6th one. Because there's a UFO ending in the first Silent Hill as well, where Harry gets taken away by aliens. But that's all the endings, and it gives the game more replayability, and it also lets you pick up things that maybe you didn't notice the first time. Like I said before, you can't play this game once and fully dissect what it means. Like, I played it over and over and over again because I just could not get enough of the lore. I was so interested. And back then, like, I played this when I was like 14, I think. The only thing I could go to was forum boards. So there was dedicated Silent Hill forums, and that's where I could read about people's opinions. Like, YouTube wasn't even a thing then, so there was no YouTube, there wasn't really any social media. Like, at that time, I don't even think there was MySpace at that time. Don't think there was. So all that I had was forums. I'm like, I need people's opinions. I need, like, theories. Like, what do you think happened? So, like, I would lurk on these forums to try and, like, pick people's brains and see what they thought. But I love how, obviously, in this day and age, people's made videos about it. There's more theories. There's confirmations for the actual creators about where they drew inspiration. So there's more... It makes it more solid. It's great. It's great. AOL. There probably was a dedicated AOL chat room, I can imagine. I loved them back in the day. Wait, wasn't Laura meant to be in a later game wearing James's jacket? No, that I can think of, Drew. If she is, I can't think of how canon that could be. I don't remember any of the characters. I could be wrong though, because my memory about the later games is very fuzzy, because the later games were absolutely terrible. Origins, Shattered Memories, and Homecoming were the worst games. I don't even count them as being canon. And one of those games has got Pyramid Head in it. And it's got nothing to do with James. It's some other random protagonist that's got nothing to do with anything. But it's like, let's put the big scary monster in a Silent Hill game to bring people in, and it's wrong. It's only meant to be for the second game. It's very specific. It's why I was so confused about Dead by Daylight. I know that this kinda doesn't count because it's not a Silent Hill game, but when the Silent Hill chapter was released for Dead by Daylight, they released Pyramid Head as the killer, and they released Cheryl as the survivor. Now, Cheryl is the protagonist of the third game. Nothing to do with the second one, nothing to do with James, nothing to do with Pyramid Head. And then it was only very, very recently that they gave Cheryl a legendary skin, which you have to pay for, and it turns you into James, right? So then finally you've got James and Pyramid Head. Essentially, it should have been him paired with Pyramid Head as the park, not Cheryl. Cheryl, I can kind of see why they've done it, because money. Cheryl's more attractive, right? Pretty, right? Physically attractive. Better for the game, but nothing to do with the actual lore of the game. You can kind of make it slide. It's kind of like Alien Predator situation. Can Alien versus Predator, you know how that's not canon at all? I wouldn't entertain them because they're pish. Personal opinion, if you like it. It's totally down to you, but for me, I'm like, no. Even like the creators of Alien are like, we despise this crossover because it's not canon, it's not meant to exist. That's kind of how I see Dead by Daylight. It's like this in-between realm that shouldn't really exist, but it does. It's kind of the same thing, except I like DBD. There's a difference, but it depends. It does depend. Anyway, I hope my babbling's okay, but it's needed because there's a lot. There's a lot. I think you use them on the island in the lake. That's ringing a bell. LJ, what island? How do you get the island in the lake? Do you go there on the boat? Is that where you take the items to get the rebirth ending? Is there some kind of like shrine? That's ringing a bell, because I definitely did it in the past, but it's been a long time. Because back then, back in my day, if you wanted to see these endings, like, you had to physically do them, because there was no YouTube. You couldn't just go, I'm just going to look up what the ending is. You physically had to play the game 5 or 6 times and fulfill all the requirements to get the ending. Back then I was fine with that because it's my pursuit of, I was very curious, so my pursuit of knowledge. I'm like, I need to know what happens in this ending because maybe it'll give me more insight to this game. So I happily continued to play it over and over and over again. Oh god. You can't get dog or rebirth in the first playthrough, that's right. 4th item rebirth is the Book of Crimson Ceremony. That's the one I didn't have. Is that what he was looking at? No, wait a minute. What was he looking at in that library? He was looking at something and I couldn't pick it up. I thought that was to do with that ending, but I could be wrong. Because LJ, you're definitely reminding me, you're ringing a bell with the going to the island thing. It wasn't in the original release of the game, like the UFO ending. Was it in the director's cut? That's the one we were playing. See, I don't have any memory of a UFO ending. Right, you finish the game normally, you just collect all the items. Items don't appear in your first playthrough, that's right. This was my second playthrough on this save file. So I had 3 of the items. I had the Book of Lost Memories, the White Chrism and the Obsidian Goblet, but I didn't have that last book. I don't know where you get that. I mean, I wasn't looking for it to be fair, but I didn't pick that up, so I don't know where that is. It kept saying something about a book on the shelf. It did. That was what was making me think. I was like, is that supposed to be here? He was looking at it. Remember Sam was like, is this another key box thing? Because it's like, clearly there's something there, but he couldn't pick it up. Could not work out what that was. UFO ending is a bunch of black and white still images. The aliens come down and Harry's with them. They zap James and carry him into the saucers. Harry from the first game is with them. I must have gotten it. I must have gotten it because there's no way I would have left anything unturned in this game. Like I said, when I went through the process back then. I was 14. That was a very long time ago. You know, memory's very fuzzy. And I used to always want to get the Maria ending. That was my favourite one. Hello Edgar, welcome. Welcome in. Just because of how twisted it is. Plus I actually really like Maria, even though she's not a real person. I feel really sorry for her. And I do think, I'm like, what happens when you leave Silent Hill? Like, do you still exist? Do you know why you exist? Do you know what you are? Does James know what you are? Like, what the fuck? I do like that they've left it very open-ended. It's very down to interpretation. There's no canon, like, story of what happened after Silent Hill 2, because, like I mentioned, none of the other games are related. Although, Drew, you mentioned something about Laura wearing James's jacket, which is... Like, I don't know anything about that, so if that is a thing, that could maybe be a nod. But that would only be a nod to the Leave ending being canon, which it might be. That might be the canon ending, where he leaves and he adopts Laura, because that's what Mary wanted, because she said it in a letter.